as the days goes by, we will get more revelation. But to make my comment on that, to use 270 million naira to cut invasive grass in IDP camp in Yobe. I know the IDP camp in Yobe, and I do not know what invasive grass is. But to use 270 million naira to cut grasses, my goodness. That is the height of insanity. That is the height of wickedness. Honestly. Then, you have some other issues within the reports that talked about feeding of the IDP, supply of food items and non-food items, 117 million, and some other figures bandied about there. And from the report, it shows clearly monumental corruption and direct stealing from the funds meant for the IDPs. You know, it's easy for us to, wake up and say, oh, the NGOs are the problem. The NGOs are falsifying figures. The NGOs are not falsifying any figures, like severally the government in Borno State have come up to talk about, and of course NEMA over time have also mentioned. In MMC alone, you're talking about Maiduguri Metropolitan Council. You have, as at August 2016, you have 1.44 million IDPs in Maiduguri Metropolitan Council. That's also talking about Jere alone. We're not talking about the 14 to 16 liberated LGAs, where you have several other IDPs. There are also several other reports that has shown that we have about 4.5 million IDPs who are in dire need of food. And we have our government spend via contract 270 million and others on, honestly, Alera, I'm short of words.
270 million to cut grass. And we hear that a company was paid 50,299,217 twice
for conference
for the supply of food and non-food items. Then we're also told that a company was paid 100 million naira on January 1 this year. January 1 is a public holiday
for 2 conferences
everywhere in the world. For conference.
Well, I mean, we are happy that this issue, these conversations are coming up, because Borno State, we are at the receiving end. Let me say it for the record that all these billions that we keep hearing about IDPs don't come to Borno State. They don't come to Governor Kashi Shetiba.
And I'm sure you don't know where it all goes.
Yeah, of course we don't, because this one now that we're talking about, the pine is under the federal government. We don't have any control of it.
Yeah, which grass was cut for over 200 million?
My sister,
270.
I'm still wondering.
Well, you know the camp, so...
No, that's in Yobe, not in Borno.
Okay, it's in Yobe.
Okay. I'm still marveled. But we are waiting for the Senate. The Senate there's an ad hoc committee now set up by the Senate to investigate it. We will look forward to the report of the committee. But I want to say that we are very excited that all these things are playing out, because we are at the receiving end. The Borno State government has been spending a lot in dealing with these IDPs. We are happy that a lot of people are now coming to see what's happening. But let me say, Alero, that most of these interventions, as a policy in Borno State government, we don't deal with cash. Later on, you are likely to have Dangote Foundation. I saw the CEO here. When Dangote visited Borno State 4 or 5 months ago and pledged 2 billion naira, the governor wrote to Dangote and said, look, as a policy, we don't want to deal with cash. You are helping us in reconstruction. Give us building materials. And Dangote has substantially done that.
Okay.
He has given a lot of building materials, and as we speak, 1,000 houses are being built in a particular location so that there will be greater, there will be transparency, and Dangote was there. He had seen the progress of work, being done. That's the kind of the kind of governor we have in Kashim Shettima. From 2011
apart
to date,
from money pledged by government, and then apart from Dangote coming in and pledging building materials, is there support coming from other people?
Well,
other areas? We
would say there are. You see, from 2011 to date, the total cash Borno State government has received is 345 million naira. Every other thing comes in kind. But I remember too that Bill Gates, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, 2 months ago, gave $1 million. If you add that to the 345 million, it gives you about 700 to 800 million total cash that Borno State government has received. Okay. There are support from international organizations, that particularly the International Committee of the Red Cross, the UNHCR, many of them are doing a lot of work on the humanitarian sector. Now, what we do is that to ensure transparency in managing all this humanitarian support, we have 5 sectors in dealing with the IDPs. There is the health, education, social protection, food and security, and water, hygiene and sanitation. And each of these sectors, depending on the expertise of any of the international partners, local or international partners, they are fitted into all these sectors. So in other words, the distribution that we do, particularly for food, which is the subject, of the humanitarian issue, all of them are involved. The ICRC, for instance, they give their relief materials to the IDPs themselves. When Dangote wanted to, came to donate some food items in August, Governor Shettima said, look, Dangote, I want you to send your men from the foundation, come and do the distribution yourself to the IDPs. Okay. And they came and they did it. Okay. That's our policy in Borno.
Okay, Emmanuel, let me ask you, as country director, from the last time that you were here, between the last time you were here and now, how would you describe the plight of the IDPs? Are the circumstances any improved?
Okay, thank you, Alero. I think between the last time I was on this particular Sunrise, I have also been on Sunrise Daily. But I want to address something quickly before I move into your question. I want to disagree a little bit with the essay to the governor on media, Isaguzo. From the records we have, and I want him to, probably controvert it or correct me if we're wrong. We understand that Jaiz Bank gave the Borno State government 345 million. Zenith Bank, which the governor worked with before he became governor, or before he delved into politics, also gave about 500 million. There are quite a number of other donations that came straight to the Borno State government. I also understand that the Borno State billionaire, Indimi, gave, I think, 1 billion or thereabout to the Borno State government. I think in total he gave 2 billion to the 3 northeast states of Yobe, Borno, and Adamawa, but he gave Borno 1 billion. That's what we have. I will need him to probably correct that impression, and because that's what we have. And but he's saying that it's 341 million from 2011 to date.
Let him quickly respond.
Well, first of all, Mr. Emmanuel, your facts are completely inaccurate. Indimi made a donation to the presidential fundraiser for the Victim Support Fund, which was organized in 2014, presided over by President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. It was at that fundraiser that Indimi made a donation of 750 million naira, not 1 billion, to the Victim Support Fund, not to the Borno State government. That's one. Secondly, Jaiz Bank did not give Borno State government 345 million. I don't even think Jaiz Bank has the capacity to donate 345 million. That is not true. Unity Bank gave Borno State government 5 million naira in 2013. Secondly,
okay, Mr. Gusau, just hold that thought. We will come back and continue this discussion. We'll be right back.